Oh man, did you guys see that? Man, wouldn't it just suck to be one of those four guys standing on this little section of wall? Not just that, the one guy that got thrown all the way back here. Look at that. Hello everyone, Ellington here, and welcome back. We are back with another awesome replay from the Campus Martius tournament. This is a 3v3, wow, can't talk. 3v3 on the settlement of Ankara, and anybody who has been watching the channel for a while knows that Ankara is not exactly on my, favorites list of settlements. But honestly, that's why a lot of attackers pick it. So, now I don't believe in this there was a pick or anything. I think it was just something that was given, as a map to use. It's one of the few maps that is pretty consistently considered attacker favored. You know, obviously most settlements and things like that are considered pretty defender favored because obviously they get defenses. Egyptian infantry really taking some losses here. I think that's, looks like maybe artillery. I mean, I don't see any other bodies here, so. Although the Galatian sword's getting some nice volleys in there. Real quick, let's go ahead and look at the teams here. So for the attackers, we have got Random X. First off, we've got Carthage being commanded by Agent Panda. Might have heard of him from some of the other Apollo Tourney games. We've got Boei being commanded by Hermes, and finally we have Egypt being commanded by Willow. Now, finally for the defenders, we've got Kush being commanded by Koenig. We have got Arverni being commanded by G Monster. And finally, Pergamon being commanded by Alpha SK. Looks like Pergamon's losing those Galatian swords. They got some Levy Throw Spear javelins into them. So good job there by Egypt. Now, unfortunately, it didn't look like he did it quick enough to save that unit on the tower, so that's going to delay that a little bit. They have broken a hole in the walls here, so they will have a non-tower access to the settlement here. Celtic warriors sitting down in the gate, probably waiting to go out if they need to. Carthage send up towers and setting them up just in front of Kush's artillery so he can't shoot them anymore. He only got one, it looks like, so Carthage was able to save 3 of his artilleries. That'll be good because artillery is incredibly effective on this settlement just because things get very, very cramped together. It is much worse on a 4v4. 3v3 has a little better room for your forces, but it's still pretty cramped. So I'm sure we're going to expect a Boei lead off, but they're going to have to eat their way through Arverni first. Which, I mean, got Celtic Warrior versus Celtic Warrior, but on the mid-tier level, Sword Followers will beat Chosens, so if it comes to that, the Boei infantry should have the advantage, but then also you have to take into account that the Arverni troops have the advantage of the settlement, so should be relatively even. What's probably going to end up happening, though, is as whoever it is, as Boei, let's say, attacks here, we'll probably have Egypt over on the flank shooting into the side and the back of this defense. It's one of the things that makes this so hard as a settlement is that as your attacking forces work their way down the sides of the settlement, you can also send archers around to shoot the backs of whatever defense that the defenders set up against you. Then your artillery can really shell the central area. Sorry about that, guys. The center street of Ankara. Pretty straight and narrow, so anything that's set up there is... I mean, look at this. Look at the angle that the Carthaginian ballista has right down the center of the settlement. Levy Throw Spears just not really going to make it here. Another Galatian sword came out of the settlement and hit them. They were already injured, so they did not make it. Looks like they did land the tower, though, so that's a good thing. They got the tower to the walls. That is a start. Boei going in with Celtic warriors, but look at this. On the towers, he's going to drop off sword followers. On the other side, it looks like Carthage is kind of going to take his time. Like, he has a bunch of towers at the walls, but he's not dropping anything yet. Got a tower that just got burnt down. I'm not entirely sure what burned it, though. Odd. I mean, well, there's some dead troops over here, so maybe some troops came over and burned it. That's probably what was going on. But here we go, Carthage dropping off with Samnite warriors right off the bat. Libyan infantry as well. They should go right through these Kushite slaves. But in response, looks like Kush is going to activate some Shotels. Well, never mind, just Kushites. Levy Freeman moving forward. More Kushite slaves. I've mentioned it in some of the other videos, but I'll mention again in this tournament, there's a rule on melee, like sword infantry pretty much, that you can only bring 7 of the same kind of sword infantry. So you can't bring more than 7 Celtic warriors. You can't bring more than 7 sword followers. You can't bring more than 7 chosen swords. You can bring 7 of each, but you can't bring more than 7 of one. It kind of forces some people to diversify a little bit in their rosters, and it also prevents things like tribal warrior spam, things like that. You know, sword follower spam, Galatian legionnaire spam. There's nothing very fun about going up against 15 Galatian legionaries or 15 tribal warriors, so it's just kind of broken, and that kind of prevents kind of cheesy tactics like that. It's just to kind of help balance things out a little bit. Some people don't like it, but you know what? To be honest with you, the majority of people in the tournament have absolutely no problem. There we go. See what I was talking about, the angles here? Got the Boei Celtic bows getting nice shots over here, hitting the sides of the Celtic warriors as the sword followers come off the wall. Actually have units fighting for the gate. Is the gate neutralized? It is. So since the gate is neutralized, they actually have some units kind of fighting through there. Cretan archers shooting over, fighting the Kushite archers. Then actually you got some good movement here. Carthage sneaking around the edge of the wall here. Probably going to go into the sides and back. That'll get a attacked in the rear penalty for the defenders. You can see the Kushite slaves are just rumbling here. Much better units in the attack there. Oh, man. See that? Right down the Celtic warrior. I think they're trying to get into this spot. I don't know that they really know something's there. They could just be shelling this area, honestly. But if they got a shot right into this packed up mess right here, which would be pretty unlikely, but if they could, I don't think you can destroy these houses either. That would be another nice little thing. What are the artilleries at right now? 43 kills, 51 kills. This is the only 2? It looks like it. More artillery coming in. Where are they going? Oh, they're shooting over here now. Egypt is taking its time. I think that's probably a good idea. Let Boei pressure this. Basically just because Egypt's infantry is not the greatest infantry. So, like, thorax swords are meh. They're okay. They're kind of the baseline infantry, if you want to think about it that way. Now we got chosen swords in the mix. Got another Celtic warrior moving up, but look at this. Celtic bowman from Boei shooting right into the back of the the chosen swords. 113 men now. Oh, but look at the artillery. Because of the way the defenders are defending the walls like this, that artillery can shoot right down the line and just rack up kills. These Celtic bows are getting a ton of kills. Gallic warriors are doing pretty good against the Celtic warriors. Slightly heavier unit. Gallic hunters shooting over into this fight. Kind of to the side of the Libyans. And here we got the archers for Pergamon moving up now. Warning, danger, Will Robinson. There we go. Sword followers moving up. You know, what they'll probably do is pull that Celtic warrior out and throw that sword follower in. The sword follower will do a really good job of carving its way through this. Especially with the archer support there from the Celtic bowmen. You might even leave the Celtic swords in just to let them, you know, weaken down that chosen sword a little more. Or Arverni coming up. Got another chosen sword, some Celtic warriors. Arverni really leading off this defense. Now look at this. Carthage moving over with a tower. Probably just trying to sneak off these units here, trying to scare them away. These units were, I think, throwing javelins down into the archers here. Now the Celtic bows have been doing very, very well. Look at that. All of them pretty much over 80 kills already. Shooting right into the sides and back of this defense will do that. Egypt biding his time. I don't think he needs to go in yet. If he and Boei time this correctly, they can kind of hit this while the defenders are a little weaker. That then allowing the slightly weaker Egyptian infantry to succeed a little more. Thorax should be able to beat the Galatian swords. Now what they're going to experience here is going to be a lot of javelins, though. That's going to be the biggest thing. Toughest part about coming into this area, or coming onto these like walls like this, is that the defenders can just throw javelins right into your face. It's like the Celtics are no longer shooting. Oh, maybe they are now. There we go. What are we going for? Same thing, going right into the back of the Celtic warriors. Break the Celtics, that'll allow them to sneak right through into the Chosens, and then probably do the exact same thing, shoot the Chosens next. Gallic warriors, chosen swords. Now that's going to be a little tougher. They're probably not going to get through that very well. Actually, Carthage is honestly very, very weak at this point. Kush has done a real number on Carthage. Carthage, when they came into this area, the downside is it kind of left them stuck between two places. They could either go left and get shot from over here, or they could go right and get shot from over here. So that was tough. Their archers are still doing a pretty good job at running around on the outside, trying to get good volleys off, which they've got pretty solid kills. But a lot of their troops, or what's left of them at least, are still fighting through this gate. Now Egypt is engaging. Most of what is here for the defenders is not super, super good. They do have a thorough spear, which will be good at throwing the javelins. And then we do have some troops moving over, it looks like. Another thorough spear. No Agimas that I see. There's an archer moving forward as well. Now look at the Cretans shooting right into the sides of the thorough spear. Thorax swords up here already. Carrying axemen. He's got a couple Galatian Royal Guard. Good, good. So if he can get the Galatian Royal Guard in, there's not a whole lot on the field that will stop it. You know, it might have some issues with the Oathsworn of the Armored Showtells, but to be honest with you, majority of what's on the defender's side is going to be pretty cheap stuff compared to a Galatian Royal Guard. Now the question here is Boei going to put in much pressure onto the gate at all, or are they going to put their main force going down the left side? All the archers pretty much still out here. What do we have here? Is that a Samnite warrior? Or noble fighter? Mercenary noble fighter going onto the walls now for Carthage. Maybe it can get in. It'll make short work of these showtells, that's for sure. The archers set up as well. Look at the Celtic bows, 132, 113. We also still have an O sword and some sword followers. Not sure what the artillery was going after. Still a lot of archer power here in the center. That is the other downside for the attackers, is as the attackers come down this street, if they aren't matching it here, the defenders will be able to set up to shoot into their sides as they go down the left side of the settlement. Especially things like this Galatian Rear Guard, not something you really want to lose. Arverni turning his artillery, shooting over, probably going after the Galatian Rear Guard. The long shot. Chosen swords, Celtic warriors. Now the Samnite warriors, where's the noble fighter? There it is. Yeah, this showtell's not going to be able to do much of anything versus the noble fighter. Now what will be able to do something, though, is the archers back here. Kush, got the Royal Kushite archers. A lot of people do that with Kush just because it saves them a little money. You bring one of your archers as your general, then that means you can save money for other units, you know. I'm personally not a huge fan of it, just for the fact that it makes you have to be a little more conscientious of what you do with that archer. Makes you not want to take as much of a fight versus other archers.
What are we, brothers?
Glacier Royal Guard. They probably want to get them in pretty quick, or honestly, they probably want to get these guys in pretty quick so that they can kind of counter out these archers from the center. If they can if the attackers can get their archers set up into the settlement, it will allow them to push away the defending archers from this center area, which will also, honestly, probably alleviate some pressure, allowing them to push further here, which also opens up opportunities down this avenue there. Carrying axemen will be good for all those javelins. Get a couple screenshots here. The Gema Spear just falling right back out of that. Look at the archer fire coming right into it. It's probably a smart move here by Egypt, not pursuing that. He lost a lot of men from the archers and also these javelins from the Gema Spears. Yeah, this Galatian Royal Guard is not having a good day. Still have another one back here, though. Oh yeah, it still has quite a bit over here. It looks to me like balance power is slightly in favor of the attackers at this point. It is very close, though. I think the smart idea, Kush just, you know what? Saying, I don't need to hold this anymore, I'm just going to fall back from it. One, they have extreme pressure on the other side, so it's going to make them a little lopsided to continue holding this. But number two, the Carthaginian archers making it a real pain for them to stay where they were. This Shotel, 69 men left with only 6 kills. Still got an armored Shotel back here. Kushites, another armored over here. We actually brought 2 Royal Kushites, right? No, that was the same one. Never mind. Right? Yeah, okay, the general. I was really confused. I was like, wait a minute. This is such a good angle, guys. The attackers have pushed through to here, and the Pergamon archers, which are not great archers, really set up with a nice angle to hit them right in the backs. Kind of a very, very good battle on both sides here.
Warriors, move
Just
on.
one of those quick and boom, 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 boom kind of battles, you know?
Get ready!
Carthage and Boii getting through to the center here. And soon they're going to be able to get through this, and
Warriors,
they're going to either have to give this whole center up, or they're going to need to put something there. You can see some Kushite units moving up. Looks like the armored Shotel moving forward now. I think he's using the Shotel to try and keep the archers at bay, maybe. Man, wouldn't it be nice at this point to have like a like a cav unit that you kept around to go around and hit the archers there? Talk about a clutch move. Big brain. Doesn't look like they're going to put anything else there. Kushite archers look like they might be out of ammo, so... Alright, I think they're just going to give this up. They're pulling back from it. Uh-oh, that's not good. Boii actually getting a unit around, but you got an Agema Spear that's just going to throw javelins into them. Oh, but look at that. Carrying Axeman General from Egypt shooting right into the sides of the Agemas at the same time. I think that's a good target. He's going for that Galatian Royal Guard. I think you'd be tempted to go for the Carrion just because it's the general, but I don't know, man. That Galatian Royal Guard might be more dangerous. Even though it's not the gen.
Get running! Fire on them!
Looks like we're going to get a Mercenary Noble Fighter v Oathsworn. That's a good sight right there. There we go. Then Agema Spear shooting back into the Sword Followers, it looks like. Wonder if he's even maybe trying to go for the Carthaginian General.
No! Faster! Reload!
The defenders are smart about this. They can continue to use the ground to their advantage. You know, basically just continue to give themselves really good angles. I think they're making a smart move of not pursuing this side. Did they actually bring two? Yeah, it looks like they've got two Mercenary Noble Fighters. This one is very beat up, though.
Get running!
It went into this fight undermanned, though, so it already wasn't going to have a good day, but then, you know, being undermanned, it was not going to have a good day again. Oathsworn is very good. So are Mercenary Noble Fighters, but Oathsworn typically are better. Nice javelins into the back of the Carthaginian units here. That will allow the Agema Spear to last a little bit longer, but the Glacial Royal Guard should be able to finish it off eventually. You know, I really thought this was going pretty well for the attackers, but I'm almost getting a little concerned that they are running out of troops. Ooh, a little bit of a spike there for some reason.
Get running!
Arverni's really just trying to get his general out.
Fire on them!
And then the Gallic Hunter's out here, full ammo. Well, this one's only got, you know, 49 kills, but the other one's had 0 kills so far. Kush definitely still has units left. Couple Shotels, an armored Shotel. Got a couple of his archers left, and then he's got an armored Shotel over here. But I don't know what they're going to do. Arverni actually just kind of left his general right here. Maybe trying to, you know, hope that they will come in and get a nice kind of surround there. But it doesn't look like the attackers are going to fall for that one. I don't think so. Sword Follower is getting jabbied down. Only lost 30 men, but they have 94 kills. Then you got some archer fire coming in from the Cretans, just demolishing those Gallic hunters. Aegon! I'm curious as to whether, I think the attackers are probably waiting to bust through this before they begin to pursue that. Ooh, Arverni getting out of there. Losing a lot to the Cretans, especially running away. It's that forever question of, is it worse to turn and run, or is it better to sit and die, you know what I mean? Because either way, you get shot, and it's like, can I survive? But at that point, you're turning your back to the archer fire, and it's just so painful. So really, it looks like they're just trying to work their way through this final Agema spear in the center. Got the noble fighters in, 197 kills. Is that the second noble fighter? No, that one's still over here. I think it actually lost some men to maybe some archer fire? Here we go. He fell back a little bit further now. Noble fighters over 200. They've got a battle rhythm. They've already used their headhunt. There's the second wind, keeping them refreshed. Only 30 men, but 30 noble fighters can still do some pretty good damage. They actually have a sword follower that's worked its way around to surround the Agema spear. And now it's doing something goofy weird. Don't know what the hell that was, but odd. Not sure why they did that. They probably could have finished this Agema spear a lot faster. How'd the Pergamon archers? 29 kills. These guys, 21. Bush's archers doing pretty solid, 72 and 89.
Forward!
And now, unit actually pulling forward.
Ancestors! Move it!
Though, I guess Kush is going to throw in the armored showtells to annihilate the sword follower. And then the Pergamon archer unit's like, oh shit, we should run away. This tiny 34-man, sword follower unit just being like, we're gonna do it ourselves. But as you can see, they have now broken this unit that is allowing them to push further. Kind of, I've talked before about keeping that attack kind of in a good straight line. That it really kind of prevents the attackers from allowing you, or the defenders, excuse me, from getting like side angles on you. So if they can continue keeping that kind of even going forwards, it will help take away some of those nasty, nasty angles that the defenders have been able to get on them so far. Ooh, Galatian Royal Guard, just go in. Just go in. Go, no. Oh, you should have just gone into combat. Oh, no. God, it's so painful to watch. They're such a good unit, and they're just getting, like, smacked here, guys. Down to 80 men just in that small amount of time. Look at this. Hey. I'm not sure that the attackers are going to push this right now. The Pergamon's just going to sit here and throw ammo at them if they're not going to push them. I don't think that's a fight that the attackers want to go for. In that, I don't think they want to sit there. They are putting pressure on the right-hand side. Oh, but this could be a big mistake here. Down the alleyway, Kush coming over. But I guess Carthage does have a unit here. Oh no, he's gonna go through! Carthage going through. Can Arverni get in place? Kush sacrificing a unit to slow down Carthage's general. Yeah, I don't know if that was worth it.
Kill, kill, kill! His head is mine! Get ready!
Yeah, I'm not sure that was the right call by Carthage. I mean, like, he had a chance that he could have gotten through, but then, like, looking at it further, there was stuff sitting right there waiting.
Run, Gushu!
Now, Boyai's general is in. Osworn, it's pretty much untouched at this point. So 160 men, 30 kills now. Really just annihilating that Shotel warrior. Got a sword follower over here, taking on... Okay, they did have another... Or yeah, taking on this Kushite archer. But man, that Agema spear shooting right into the side of the Shotel warrior. Or into the side of the sword follower, excuse me. Now down the center, we actually had a little push here. Oh, that Glacier Road Guard just is... Oh. Carrying Axeman came up. You actually got the Oathsworn. Armored Shotel's not having a good day there. I'm really not sure which way this is going to go, guys. The Bowie General actually making it through, getting into the Agema Spears. Noble Fighters going in to the Oathsworn. That's a pretty even fight, 55 to 53. How's the Oathsworn? 34. Oh man, the Noble Fighter really beating that. The archers have any ammo? Doesn't really look like it. Probably holding them back here to try and, you know, alleviate army losses. Now the armored Shotel is going down pretty hard, but the Oathsworn's going to be pretty hurt afterwards. What is behind? Oh no. That armored Shotel goes through. Oathsworn. Oathsworn. Oh my lord. I don't know, because on this side, the units have now finished that off. They could probably go over here, finish off the carrying Axemen. But the Oathsworn's going to be able to... There's nothing to stop the Oathsworn over here. Then you got the depleted Bowie General. Or I guess he's not that depleted. He's about half health. Looks like they're trying to surround the Pergamon Jin. But at the same time, you got Pergamon throwing javelins at the Oathsworn General. Looks like Arverni's probably just going to throw in his archers to slow this unit down. But here comes the Kushite armored Shotel coming around, probably to come in and try and engage the Oathsworn. That's a pretty healthy armored Shotel, so that Oathsworn, I don't know if it's going to be able to take it by itself. Now, if they can kind of double team it between the carrying Axeman and the Oathsworn, possibly. Oathsworn 262 kills, 102 on the armored Shotels.
Fire on them!
Looks like they're just trying to get some of these units out of here. Especially the Kushite Gen. It's probably a good idea, once again, keep that morale up if they can. I think the carrying Axeman was trying to get around it. How's the Oathsworn doing? I mean, the Oathsworn, let's be honest, 132 men versus 38 The Ghost Horn will probably take some down with it, but it's not going to be enough to take that down by itself. The Carrion really needs to carry its weight here. On this side, the biggest issue they've got is just they don't have anything. All you can see on this side is just archers. Like, it's just the leftover archers of the attackers. Really, all they've got, like, substantially left is over here, and that's, even then, still not much. I'm honestly not 100% sure how the... I mean... The defenders have got a game of spears, and the armored showtell. The attackers have got the carrying axemen and a shit ton of archers. So, interesting, very interesting, very close. Like this, we are literally down to the scraps, guys. I still have no idea which way this is going to go. I mean, the armored showtell is completely surrounded, racking up kills on all these archers. Carrying axemen is partially one of the reasons it's surrounded, which will be doing a little better than the archers. Carrying axemen actually pulling out of that combat. Do they have javelins left, or are they just trying to charge back in? Yeah, they're just charging. I think maybe they're just trying to go for a break, I guess? Nubian Bow is actually engaging the Royal Kushite Archer General. 304 now on the Armored Showtell. Still got the giant ballista back here from up Bowie Eye. I don't know, bounce power is shifting, has really shifted to the attackers. I mean, defenders. Excuse me. I think this is going to be the defenders' battle, guys. I think that is GG. A very, very high intense, high octane fight here from the Campus Martius attack. Or tournament, excuse me. All right, so let's go and look at the kills. All right, so for the vendors, we've got Arverni, G Monster, 1,532 kills. You know, he really took the brunt of that early assault. A lot of archer fire went into him. 213 on a Chosen Swords, though. 165. Alpha SK as Pergamon with 2,239 kills. Doing really well. I mean, the Game of Spears really carrying it there. 198, 283, 303. His archers doing really, really well there. Then Koenig as Kush, we've got 2,024 kills. Look at the Armored Showtell, 363, triple chevron. Probably, yeah, I mean, some of that towards the end was that kind of like archer mob, but, still really well done. The Showtell's doing pretty good too. Then for the attackers, we've got Bowie Eye being commanded by Hermes with 2,565 kills. Look at the O-Sword, 286, triple chevron. You got really good worth out of that. 400 kills with one chevron means that they killed really low tier, crappy stuff. So that's you want to look at the two things, the chevrons and the kills. Then we got Willow commanding Egypt, 2,043. Archer's really doing a lot of work for him. Overall, his infantry did okay. I think really the thing that I guarantee if you were to ask him what he wish he could have got more of. It's these guys right here. And finally, Agent Panda as Carthage with 2,487 kills. Look at the Archer kills: 290, 235, 186. Noble Fighters are 240. Yeah, very, very well done there by all of the players. A very, very close battle. But that is going to be it for today's battle. Thank you guys so much for joining. You know, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to go hit that subscribe button. We would love to have you back. And if you want to get in some of these battles and stuff, don't forget to check out the description. You'll find the Dragon Core Discord in there. And not only that, you'll find some of the links to the other things like my merch store, my Patreon, and I even have like an Amazon wish list if you want to check that stuff out. Everything on my Amazon wish list is like, specifically stuff to help out with this. It's, things for computers, streaming equipment, things like that. So, anything that is bought from there is really just coming back into the content that I make. So, but thank you guys so much for joining, and we will see you all next time.